Some characters are just breaths of fresh air and good entertainment. When it comes to characters like Mei, she will literally compliment somebody even if they break in a place they're not supposed to. She even finds the Uchiha attractive, calling him a fine man, talking about she'd give him a kiss that'll melt him away while fighting against him, calling him handsome. I mean, this girl even flirted with Madara. Are you serious? When it comes to her personality, she loves men. She's also one of those people that would keep it real when it was up against Madara. She was pretty much saying we cannot stop them. She's one of those characters that'll take initiative, make plans, and stuff of that such. She's just a breath of fresh air, I'm not gonna lie, but she's also mighty. Let's get it. In the world of Naruto, you have your own nations, or one can say lands, that's ruled by, one can say, their versions of what presidents are in this universe. They call them Kage. Each type of village has their own list of different Kages they've had over the years. But let's talk about one of them. One of them that happened to be in the war where all the Kages from the different places teamed up. It's the Kage of the village hidden in the mist. There's been others before her. She's a character that you have to respect her power. Because just how, like, the Hidden Leaf village has their own ninja ranks, with the Hokage being at the top of the food chain, hers isn't called Hokage, hers is called Mizukage, and that's her version of being at the top of the food chain, the most elite ninja. So right off gate, you know she has to be strong due to her status. In the world of Naruto, ninjas have this thing called chakra, inner energy, that you can use to produce energy blast power type of attacks, and a lot of different other versatile abilities. There's some abilities only certain characters can do no matter what training you do. Some characters are just blessed with certain things others can't do. An example being in Naruto, you've seen characters use fire before. We've even seen characters do earth style. But this Mizukage is unique, because when it comes to the energy or chakra natures or blasts she can manipulate or use, she's extremely versatile because she can use 3 chakra natures and she has 2 Kekkei Genkai. So we know she can do lava. The other Kekkei Genkai, it's Bora release, makes her versatile. In her lore, she can use a versatile amount of energy, chakra release, elemental type things. She can combine earth and fire to make lava type blast for one. One can say due to the nature of her jutsu, she can like inadvertently create walls. One could say seal off the room so others can't get to you. I don't know if this is just for humor or anything, but it's implied she has resistance to the element she uses, because how do you have just resistance on your bare skin of lava being around your mouth and you're just good? Then has the nerve to wipe it with her hands. She can blast with acidic mud fluid. And, I mean, she is the village hidden in the mist, so she can blast with mist, foggy stuff, just like what Zabuza did. Mist techniques come in handy, like in this occasion with Madara, to mess up your vision, like she used the mist here to kind of make his vision blurred. Then she can release acidic mist, implied she can change the acidic nature of her jutsu if she had to. Oh yeah, and by the way, she can blast with water release. That would be weird if Zabuza can do that and she can't. She's the Mizukage. She's one of those characters that seriously lack hand-to-hand showings, but we've seen her kick this Zetsu right here, for example, and it went pretty far after her kick, implying that her physicals are not lightweight, but at the same time, it's not something she specializes in. But she did get hit with a full-blown Susanoo by Madara, and was hurt real bad though, but didn't die surprisingly. But when it comes to her reflexes, there's also heavy implications that she's pretty fast, because we all know Sasuke at this point in the show was pretty fast himself. She didn't seem to be slow, or there was no implication she would get blitzed. She kind of reminds me of Tsunade. We haven't seen no explicit statements of her speed, but I would think she's not slow when she's in battles that are this large scale and the stakes are this high. But at the end of the day, who really knows the limits of her actual combat speed or taijutsu? Yeah, I would definitely say since she's a Kage level being, she would have to at least have the fighting speed of Kakashi at least. That's fair enough, right? But it's not like she's a speedster and speed is what she specializes in or nothing, right? So it's really up for interpretation. The only true way to understand her power is to understand her blast power on a couple of occasions. One occasion is with these different Susanos, you know, characters that use Manga Sharingans to make energy humanoid constructs around themselves to give themselves defense and also attack power. And then you got the occasion with Madara, 2 different beings with similar techniques. When Sasuke used his Susanoo, her blasts were actually potent enough that her blast, this acidic attack, for example, was actually starting to melt the Susanoo itself. This says a lot about her blast power, because we know in the past, when Sasuke's brother, for example, used the Susanoo, a person that has similar abilities, another Uchiha, you can get an idea of their durability with these Susanoos. Because, like, for example, this one is a higher stage of Susanoo, right? This state right here in particular. But even weaker stages, this was considered the ribcage stage, or weaker stage of this, is still able to withstand mountain-shattering attacks. This is a perfect example when Itachi and Sasuke was fighting. This is a perfect example of when Itachi and Sasuke was fighting in the past. Sasuke had this ridiculously big jutsu, lightning style, that had enough blast power to produce mountain-shattering levels of impact. I'm talking about big bullcrap. Big area of effect. These little baby versions of the Susanoo, for example, can still withstand mountain-shattering attacks like that. So for her blast to be able to do this to Sasuke Susanoo, even though this is a totally different character, this is not Itachi, this should give you somewhat of a ballpark of how these Susanoos rank when it comes to their durability. And then for her blast to be able to start melting a Susanoo like this is mad impressive. Matter of fact, her lava blast, on this occasion, you can see how much she's producing, by the way. Yeah, it's a clear image on how much she's producing. Surrounding Madara Susanoo. Oh yeah, by the way, she's still blasting. All that. There's small implications that she was able to melt a little bit of his Susanoo when you look at certain angles like this when it comes to her lava. Even Madara says impressive attacks to her too, including her attack. Like you see the Susanoo looking kind of melted here, you know what I mean? Not to mention she can produce a lot of whatever element she uses as well. So one can say if she wanted to, she can just blast a mountain, smother it with lava and melt it at will if she felt like it. I mean, just look how much area of effect this lava can do. Like it's one thing to blast somebody with an element, but the element itself actually has pressure behind it. Like for example, when Sasuke was shielding with a Susanoo, it still pushed him back because of the blunt force and the pressure behind it. The crack the wall on impact thanks to the pressure behind it. Blast power, the blunt power. It's also worth noting with this mist, for example, she can melt the Susanoo and use this corrosive acid to kind of melt his skin. I'm not saying she's equal to Madara or nothing, even in its normal state or anything, but remember when Madara was doing fire style blasts like this that can dwarf multiple ninja? And all these ninja, he's one guy, all these ninja right here, gotta all do their water style blast together at the same time to even match his one blast. It kind of shows the power gap. Despite it being this many ninja, Madara by himself is producing this much versus theirs. Even though I gotta admit, Madara was preoccupied fighting multiple Kage level beings at the same time, it's impressive when Madara does this fire junk. The Mizukage's blast is so crazy when she does her water style water dragon missile, her blast was able to push back Madara. In his Susanoo, of course, everybody working together, but that shows her blast power. It's showing when she uses water, it's on a whole nother level. You can see in this occasion her blasting Madara with this dragon junk, them two working together in this occasion. Like the amount of water she can produce is crazy. To really see the full extent of her raw power, you gotta look at occasions like in the Naruto movie known as The Last, there was pieces of the moon falling down as meteorites to the planet. The different Kages was actually protecting their places. She did this water dragon blast like she did against Madara to show how much power it got. It was able to protect against such powerful meteors that was coming down with extreme speed. In fact, these meteors were coming down with so much speed and raw power. Look what it can do to a whole city or village on impact, like on some nuclear type stuff. It just goes to show that her water blast could stop meteors that have the power to mess up the entire village or city, one could say. So something coming down that's about to level the city, a meteor or anything, she can make her own counterattack to nullify it with her own blast of some sort. But at the end of the day, all of this could be just me, and I could be just simply drunk. How mighty do you think she is? What do you think her blast power is? What is your favorite element for her? Which element do you think is the most destructive for her? Do you think she can level mountains only? You think she can go higher and level cities, islands? You think she can blast away a country? What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts. But before I get going, gotta say quick thanks to the donations. Thanks everybody. Respect the Mizukage. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys later.